Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CCRL Pro Tier. Tonight they are taking on the 16 corner 5.419 kilometer 3.367 mile 1 DRS circuit. It is going to be around the Lusail International Circuit in Qatar. I am the Johnny Damon. I am your commentator tonight. Let's just pull up the standing. After Monza last week, you got Rocketman up top with 298, Swazi in second with 182, Natural with 174, third, Comacopa fourth with 148, Peak Hour fifth with 129, DeBoonster sixth with 121, Milla in seventh with 120, 120 for Bald Guy in eighth, Raptor ninth with 117, and Trackside rounds out your top five with 95 points. In regards to the constructors, we got the Aston Martin leading the way with 419. Red Bull Racing in second with 291. Mercedes with 251 in third. Alpine fourth, 239. Fifth is the Saubers. Sixth is Haas with 167. Racing Bull 128 in seventh. Ferrari eighth with 114. Ninth is the Williams with 69 and 49 for the McLarens. So let's pull up some valuable information here as we get on our way. We got Harb out front here in the qualifying session. Fred is also going to be on a set of softs, and it looks like Barstool Benny will be on a set of mediums to start his qualifying run. Jump on board with Fred here. With Harv as we're making our way through sector 2. Believe this is turn 10. Let me just pull that up real quick. Yes, it is. And then through 11. Triple right-hander. Usually flat out all the way through of turn 12, 13, and 14. And then we're going to make our way into the final corner of turn 16 and down the start finish straight. As you can see, this season the pit lane starts off the exit of turn 16 before it was prior to turn 16, but on board with Harb into turn 1. Gets back on the power really early on the apex, making his way through turn 2. Now 3 gonna carry himself all the way into that double right-hander here of 4 and 5. He really rides the apex nicely through 4. Well done through 5 into the heaviest braking zone on the entire circuit. Up turn 6 off the hairpin, gets back on the power. Very easy to lose your car getting back on the power through the exit of turn 6. We're gonna make our way through 7. Keeps it within the track limits on the exit through 8 into 9, now down into 10. Through 3rd gear, he could probably ride that in 4th gear, carry a little bit more speed, but we are going to head all the way up into turn 12, 57.7 through 2 sectors, now through 13 and 14. We've got 2 more corners to go into the penultimate corner, as we keep it within the track limits here off the exit of turn 15. You tend to be a little slight lift downshift through turn 15, but we are going to carry to the line with a 22 flat. Next up to the line, that is going to be Barstool Benny, and he is going to come 2/10 behind there. The McLaren here of Fred is running towards the line with a 24.2. He's going to be slightly in front of Barstool Benny there. Let's see here. We got a Haas running to the line. That was Peak Hour, 24.7, but unfortunately invalidated on his time. The Alpine coming in a run here. He's got Bald Guy racing behind him. Comacopa with a 25.3 and Bald Guy with a 25.8. Tarzan's gonna jump up to the top with a 22.6. Oh, sorry, the other folks were 24.2s between Fred and Barstool Benny. So it looks like your soft tire runners up at the front are going to be looking to be in the 121 range for qualifying. And Raptor here making his way across the line up into P8. Let's jump on board with Peak Hour as he's currently working his way through on lap 2 of his run, but is invalidated. New driver on the grid tonight, reserving Mr. Skinbone P as he runs into turn 1. Got traffic in front of him heading to turn 2. Back on the power off the exit of 3, now heading up into 4 and 5, the double right-hander here on the apex. Well done, now making his run through turn 5 into the heavy braking zone at about 60 meters when you get onto the brakes. Runs it all the way down into the second gear on the apex. He is going to have an Aston Martin right in front of him, pulls off to the left-hand side. Through turn 7, really tucked it to the inside, unfortunately going to invalidate. Now I'm wondering if he maybe caught himself out just by getting distracted looking at another car. Fred in the McLaren is going to pit and retire from the session. Not exactly sure what that may be for. Skinbone Pete with an invalid time. Bongett here currently working his way on his first lap in through Sector 1. As now Bongett is making his way up into turn 7. Down into turn 10 we go. He's got about 64% battery left. He's going to make his way off the exit of 7 on a set of medium tires. He does have a Sauber chasing behind him. That is Bald Guy Racing, not on a lap. And unfortunately, Bongett is going to invalidate there through turn 13 and 14. Skinbone Pete off to the inside, going to pull out of the way. Not exactly sure what that may have been for. He's currently still running on that hot lap. Rocket Man out here running his first flyer of the session into turn 10 now. Has traffic in front of him. Traffic's going to pull to the right-hand side as we head into the triple right-hander. Purple sector 2. Now through turn 13 or 14 into the penultimate corner, and unfortunately will invalidate in the penultimate corner. So that is going to burn his first flying lap of the qualifying session. Skinbone Pete dives into pit lane. Bongett currently running around the track. Peak Hour is not on a lap. Mr. Miller currently on a lap, I believe, just beginning his. The Brewster in pit lane natural. Making his way through turn 7. Swazi here. Not on a lap. Tarzan's not on a lap and Harvey's not. So we will jump on board with looks like it's gonna be natural. Is probably the furthest one along on this lap, as he is making his way through the triple right-hander now into turn 14. Got 2 more corners right in front of him off the exit of 15. Down into the braking zone of turn 16 and has run out of fuel, so we'll dive into pit lane. Mr. Miller currently has backed out of his lap, so no longer on one. Barstool Benny may be appearing to be on a lap here as he works his way through sector 2 down into turn 10. Gets back on the power relatively early on the apex. He's now going to make his way all the way up into the triple right-hander here. and then into the penultimate corner. We got the final corner coming right up in front of him, all the way down into 5th gear. Seems to be running low on fuel. He's gonna have enough to complete his qualifying lap into the provisional pole. We go for Mr. Barstool Benny. Up there at the top, Copa comes across in a 1:23.0 range. Patty Cake does appear to be on a lap as he's making his way through turn 7, 8, and 9 here, down into turn 10. Just a little wide off the apex, but it might actually give him a much better run coming out of the exit of turn 10 through 11 into 12 now. We got one more corner on this triple right-hander off the exit of 14. The penultimate corner coming right in front. 7.5 minutes left of the qualifying session. Got about 15% ERS remaining on the Patty Cake Williams here, as he's going to burn the rest of it, open up the DRS to the line. And he is going to improve 4/10 on his time up into that P8 position. Not a major jump there for him, but it is some positions. The Boonster, next one currently on a lap as he is running through turn 2. And it looks like there is going to be a Sauber of Mr. Harvey on a lap as well. Shiesty in the Ferrari appears to be on a lap. Potentially. The Boonster making his way through Sector 2. Not exactly sure what his Sector 1 time was looking like. Track is relatively quiet right now. We got some folks out here doing an outlap, some folks on a lap, and some on a cool down through Sector 2 split. He's got a 1/10.5 of improvement. Into the triple right-hander we go. And Shiesty's going to be following along right behind him in that P11 position in the qualifying. Off the exit of turn 15 into the final corner. On through the gears and now back up. That's awesome.
It's time for you to start thinking about pledging your allegiance to a constructor and driver from F1. Let's go and make our fan zone choices now.
My whole game's frozen.